Ah, yes, the question we've all been asking. Why is anime shipping so weird now? Video by Love Kuno.
I don't understand shippers, like, at all. I've been watching anime for about 8 years now. I started when I was 8 years old, and my first ever anime was One Punch Man, the real ones that have been on
Honestly, One Punch Man is a great starter anime, only 12 episodes long, and the Boros versus Saitama fight was peak.
the channel for a long time know this.
It's actually a really great starter anime, because the comedy's good as well.
But y'all know about that Genos X Saitama shit that was going on back when the show came out. So pretty early
I'm gonna be honest, I never really heard about that, but also, it's really like My Hero Academia, like that's really where, like, this is the, My Hero Academia has the craziest shipping community.
on, I've been exposed to the absolute mental strain that is character shippers. In 2021, I was a part of one of the most toxic communities on the internet.
But honestly, I really never saw like Saitama X Genos anything. Like, if anything, I probably saw like Aki X like Angel Devil from Chainsaw Man, but I never really saw any weird ships in One Punch Man.
Now, while any talk was toxic and there was always drama, this was undoubtedly the absolute peak of popularity for anime due to quarantine and plenty of shows being paused or just flat out cancelled, which also means that it was the peak of ships across every single community. I'd always thought a relationship in an anime was basically what the author implied or flat out was just a part of the story. I never once looked at a canon ship and thought, this character belongs with this character instead. And the
Exactly, man.
character in question
It's really just an issue of like reading comprehension and just not listening to what the author is literally telling you.
has absolutely zero chemistry with the character. Or better yet, it's a gay ship when the main character is straight. Like, why? Not that I have any particular problems with gay ships. I love K-Vi from Arcane.
Your hair. You look like an angry oil slick.
Don't sugarcoat it, Cupcake.
Adora X Catra from She-Ra and the Princess of Power. Shun and Mio from Strangers by the Shore. Hey, y'all get tapped in with Strangers by the Shore, bro. Y'all gotta get in on that.
いつも何見てんのここから。別に何も。
And don't tell my friends I told y'all this. They would fry me until the day I die. I'm not saying that ships are bad at all. In fact, I also shipped some characters from some of my favorite shows like Akame Got Killed. I think that Tatsumi would just look better with Akane instead of mine. Like, really.
Yeah, I agree on this. It's been a while since I watched Akame Got Killed, but honestly, I agree. I mean, I don't know if Tatsumi had that much in common with mine anyways. And plus, like, she was the first one who saved him, or like the first girl that he kind of met. It just would make more sense.
Akane and Tatsumi had much more chemistry. They actually, like, talked throughout the show. They were there for each other more.
Yeah, like actual like normal character interactions.
And they understood each other in a way that nobody else really could. Not just like Tatsumi and mine who were just arguing 24/7. Like, to me, that
I didn't really even get it either, bro. It felt like it moved way too fast, because Akame Got Killed, it only has like, what, 12 or at max 24 episodes? Like, they kind of rushed mine and Tatsumi. It's just weird. I don't know. It's like the curse of Shonen.
that's a good ship. That's a fire-ass ship. It actually lines up with the story and is non-contradictory to the characters. The ships that I have issues with are the weird ones that make you feel uncomfortable to think about. Like the shipping of children in shows, My Hero Academia, Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, My Hero Academia has a weird problem with like Eri and just a bunch of weirdness, man. And then a lot of people, sadly, for Hunter x Hunter, are trying to pair like Gon and Killua. Like, they're literally just friends, bro.
And even Attack on Titan. Yes.
Attack on Titan, I haven't heard of anything. Nah, I haven't seen any weird like Attack on Titan ships.
No joke, Levi x Eren is a thing that people are actually into. I just found this out. So
Even if it is, it doesn't seem like I've never heard about it. It doesn't seem like mainstream from what I'm seeing, like, or like a mainstream like weird ship. I don't know how to explain it.
what makes a good ship? Well, my dear viewer, I would love to answer your question. And while that question
Similar personalities, or just, you know, actual basic chemistry and character interactions, etc.
is subjective to the person, I'll give you my examples of quote-unquote good ships. Jiro and Kaminari is a solid ship.
Honestly, even then, I would still say, like, I can see it as a ship, but even then, it's like, I still don't think they interacted enough, even throughout, like, MHA to really, like, be like, oh, I'm solid on this. Um, but yeah, this isn't, like, the worst one. Like, I've seen this pairing before, honestly. Yeah.
in my opinion. They're classmates, they experience
What's crazy is I'm wondering if, hold
Jiro
on.
and Kami
I'm wondering if the MHA author confirmed Jiro with, Momo Yaoyorozu, because I was watching the My Hero Academia More episode, like the last final episode of My Hero Academia, and when Jiro was at a party and they were like, and other people were saying like, "Oh, Jiro, you're moving next to Kaminari. What's that about?" And then Jiro, she's literally like, "Oh, it's not like that," and she leans her head onto like Momo Yaoyorozu. So I'm like, what is the author trying to do here? Like, are you telling me Jiro does like Momo? Or are you telling me Jiro ends up with Kaminari? Like, the My Horikoshi, the My Hero Academia author is kind of crazy, bro. I don't. What is he trying to tell us?
Kaminari is a solid ship in my opinion. They're classmates, they experience countless life-threatening events together. They have real chemistry.
Yeah, literally, her. This is Momo Yaoyorozu. So basically, in My Hero Academia More, literally people were saying, "Oh, Jiro, you like Kaminari," and then she's like, "No," and she just puts her head on Momo's shoulder. So it's like, just make it clear. Like, can the author at least make it clear who she's meant to end up with?
We see on screen very often, and even in the anime finale episode, it was stated that Denki took a vacant spot next to Jiro's agent.
Yeah, bro, this is literally it. This is literally what this is literally what I was talking about. Hold on.
See, indicating that he was comfortable.
And then, bro, so which one is it? Is it Momo or is it Kaminari?
Enough to move in right next door to his friend. You see that? It's not confirmed, they're side characters, so it doesn't really tangle into the story like the other crazy ships we're going to be talking about.
Even Deku and Ochako, honestly, it was never a good ship. I don't think anybody should have ended up with anybody, because throughout the entire series, there just wasn't enough character interaction that made meaningful relationships. Like with Chainsaw Man, Denji and Reze and Denji actually had chemistry. Even Denji and Asamitaka kind of had chemistry. So it's just like that ship I understand, but like shipping, the issue is these shonen authors throughout the entire series, they never really give meaningful romantic interactions. So what I like about Fujimoto is he actually made a good ship and good chemistry between Denji and Reze, but every other shonen author, it's pretty much garbage. Like Naruto and Sakura doesn't work. Itadori Yuji and Nobara doesn't really work. Like, it's just like most shonen manga authors don't know how to write romance.
Or Jin and Mikasa.
Bro, even Mikasa and Eren is kind of mid, bro, because it took like 4 seasons for them to confess or whatever. Like, and Mikasa and Jean, it's one-sided. Mikasa doesn't like Jean. Jean only likes Mikasa.
Now, it's not a ship that I personally encourage, but I think it's like kinda solid, low-key. Like throughout the entire—
Here's my thing. Like here at the end of the day, you can ship whoever you want, but for me it's like I don't really ship anybody unless the author actually can write romance well. It's the whole reason why I want Reze to return. I wanted Reze to return so that, you know, her and Denji could get together. Like, Denji and Reze was actually a 10 out of 10 peak-ridden ship romance.
Show, Mikasa clearly loves Eren with all her heart and would literally do anything for him. But it's also shown that Jean has an—
But then nothing happens throughout the story. All Eren does is wrap a scarf around Mikasa. That's it.
interest in her, which also makes sense for the community to ship the two. After Eren died, Mikasa lived a long life, so it's extremely possible that Jean and Mikasa dated at some point or even ended up together. The fact that it was not given an official answer means that it's meant—
Shonen just sucks at writing romance. I'm sorry, I gotta be honest. Like, let's be honest, guys. Shonen romance sucks. Yeah, it honestly sucks. Honestly, I would probably say, if anything, I'm assuming shoujo is probably better in that department. Now I've only watched one shoujo anime, the most popular one, Fruits Basket, of course. Yeah, Fruits Basket was actually really, really good. I'm surprised it went like so mainstream as well. Like honestly, pretty much a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 anime.
To be left to interpretation, which means there's no right or wrong answer. You can literally pick between Eren or Jean and not be wrong. See, to me, that makes a good ship, bro. I do understand that free will is a thing and people can do whatever they want, but like, come on, bro. Those two little boys who are best friends do not want to date each other. And yes, I'm talking about Gon and Killua. These dudes were
Okay, it's actually a flex. Okay, actually, this is gonna sound weird, but it's actually a flex that people are trying to, I guess, weirdly ship Gon and Killua. What they really mean by this is that Togashi is an extremely good writer. Because the only reason they're even trying to do this is because the character interactions are meaningful and impactful, and Togashi just knows how to write. Hunter x Hunter's writing as an entire series is insane. Meruem from the Chimera Ant arc is literally a top 5 villain in anime history. He's top 5. But all they're really saying is that Togashi really just is good at writing character interactions and development, and he's just very good at writing characters and plot too. Like, it's not even like Hunter x Hunter is just a character driven story. It's both. The character writing is 10 out of 10 and the plot is 10 out of 10. But honestly, man, no, it's not a ship. It's not canon. It's head canon, man.
were best friends from the second.
I don't even think there's any real good ship in Hunter x Hunter. I can't even think of one. What? Hisoka and the pink-haired girl from the Phantom Troop? But even that's a horrible shit, man.
Second they met and stayed best friends throughout the entire
My thing is, Shonen just doesn't really have room for romance. Like, it's just not gonna happen, man.
story that spanned across 2.5 years. They help each other get stronger and grow as people. Killua even took the Hunter's exam, which is known to be extremely dangerous with multiple casualties a year. When I think of Gon and Killua, I think of me and my little brother. If you look at Gon and Killua and you immediately think gay boyfriends, I would love to hear your reasoning in the comments, because I cannot just look at those two like that. Now, how do these people end up shipping these characters? Is it the fact that they see platonic friendships and
But also, it's just kind of like, it's just a best friend vibe, honestly. It's kind of like shipping, it's like shipping Mordecai and Rigby from regular show. Like, no, bro.
immediately think of romance? All these ships have one thing in common within their community. Tons of these ships are contradictory to the characters and relationships within the story. For example, Bakugo and Deku, also known as Bakugo
Bakugo literally bullied Deku for like, what, 10 years? What are we talking about?
Deku, one of the most popular modern ships. Two kids, one bullies the other harshly, physical abuse,
He literally bullied him. Why are we doing this?
emotional abuse, etc. Some people on the internet can somehow turn Bakugo's blatant harassment and bullying into some sort of twisted enemies to lovers, but it completely ignores Bakugo's growth later on in the show, as well as their
Honestly, Bakugo's character development in season 7 and season 8 of My Hero Academia, pretty peak. Like, Bakugo redeemed himself as a character.
relationship by interpreting Bakugo's cruelty as just a crush that he couldn't express in any other way besides bullying. Throughout the show, he's shown to soften up after witnessing Deku's strength and bravery, which led to him later regretting bullying Izuku and accepting him as a hero and a friend. Guys, friend. People can somehow interpret this as enemies to lovers, which isn't really the way I.
Bro, even though I don't even believe in this ship, you would have a better time arguing with Gojo and Geto than you would with Deku and Bakugo, because Bakugo literally bullied bro. Now the only weird thing about Gojo and Geto is we don't know what Gojo said to Geto, like the final 3 words at the end of Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Like, that's really the main issue, and Akutami isn't going to reveal it. Akutami's a troll in general. Like, he even had that weird Mei scene with like her little brother Ui. Like, I wish, bro, I wish I could know what's inside of Akutami's mind, bro.
see the relationship
Probably the second craziest manga author after Fujimoto.
I see Izuku and Bakugo as childhood friends who started to understand each other later in life. Deku is a child with aspirations to be a hero. His dream is cut short by the reality of him being quirkless. Bakugo was the complete opposite of Deku as a child. While he also wanted to be a hero, unlike Izuku, Bakugo had a quirk, and a really good fucking quirk. So Deku developed some sort of admiration to Katsuki because, you know, like, he had something that he didn't, right? And while some people right here would develop some sort of envy towards the person, Deku instead looked up to him. Bakugo saw this and took it as an insult, thinking that Izuku believed that they were on the same level, which is a prime example of Katsuki's ego that he developed as a child due to everyone praising him for his amazing quirk. This led to Bakugo constantly bullying him for years. After the two enrolled in UA High together, it only made Bakugo angrier, but after losing to Izuku in the first training exercise, it changed something in him. He slowly started to open up to Deku and his other classmates. He began to understand Deku and respect him as a hero and a person. People tend to ship these two, not understanding that the ship completely ignores Bakugo and Deku's growth and maturity over the 10-year show run. My bug bag just fell. Did y'all hear that? Are Gojo and Geto. It's a pretty popular modern ship, and it's been pretty popular ever since the hidden inventory arc.
My main issue with this is, like, it's mostly not canon, and that's just the main thing. Now, what Gojo said at the end of Jujutsu Kaisen 0, I don't know.
Arc was released. This one is a bit harder.
And some people do make the argument that Hidden Inventory's opening was like a love or romance song. I'm not completely sure. I haven't checked up on that.
To get into depth, while it's undeniable that Gojo and Geto were best friends, it's also obvious that these two were basically soulmates. Gojo and Geto understood each other in a way that nobody else could truly comprehend. These two were burdened with being named the strongest as early as 16 years old. I'm 16 years old. I couldn't imagine being in that situation, which is why I can't necessarily discredit Gojo and Geto as a ship, and while I can see them as soulmates, I can't find myself shipping them as romantic partners. In the scene where Gojo and Geto had their last conversation,
honestly, I can't either, because even if the last words he said even if we knew whatever Gojo said at the end of the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 movie, like, there's not enough, like, character interaction. And even then, Gojo literally, like, killed Geto himself. Like, Gojo was the one who ended Geto's life, bro. Like,
not including JJK0, people like to refer to this scene as the breakup scene, which is a bit silly to me, but it's not necessarily wrong either. The way these two were acting can very much be chalked up to a breakup. There's one side who's detached, tired, trying to walk away, and the other side, hurting, desperate.
But I still feel like that has to do more with, like, the theme of Jujutsu society. I don't think this is really about romance, because we know that Geto literally talked to Yuki Tsukumo, and, you know, Geto was like, why don't we just wipe out all humans? And then Yuki is like, oh, you could actually do that. It would be crazy to do that, but you could actually do that. And then Geto in the shower, is him thinking about, like, I feel like he's devolving into madness, but again, we know that Geto went off the rails here, and he became a curse user. He started cursing human beings, and I don't know.
Desperate and begging. So this being called the breakup scene makes sense, but not in the sense that some may interpret. I don't believe it's a romantic breakup. The reason Gojo is begging Geto to stay, even going as far to threaten him with combat, isn't because he's...
Let's go with this. Let's say that literally all these ships were actually technically canon. Let's say Gojo and Geto was canon. Let's say Deku and Bakugo was canon. Even then, it's a horrible ship because there's, like, no meaningful character interactions. At least none comparable to a Denji and Reze. Again, I know I keep going back to Chainsaw Man, but it's because Denji and Reze, like, one of the rare moments that a shonen author actually gets romance right.
Desperate for Geto's love, it's because Geto was the only person who truly understood.
Like Naruto and Hinata, trash. Sasuke and Sakura, toxic, bro.
understood Gojo, and if Geto left him, then Gojo would truly be alone in the world, which is
Hinata probably talked to Naruto like 3 times throughout Shippuden.
exactly what ended up happening. But to degrade
I'm gonna be honest, like Shonen just isn't meant for romance, bro. It's meant for action and fighting.
Gojo and Geto's tragic friendship to two guys breaking up is frankly just a bit silly to me. Stripping these two characters of their emotional depth, I like to think the reason there are so many weird ships was low-key quarantine. I think quarantine gave people too
Quarantine? Interesting. What are you talking about?
much time on their hands, and during said time, while people watched these shows,
Oh, don't tell me My Hero Academia released during quarantine. No way.
they did one of 3 things. A. People enjoy hypotheticals. B. People misinterpret the chemistry behind two characters' relationships. Or C. They believe that the ship they choose is better than the canon relationship dynamic. Once again, guys, I'm not saying shipping is bad at all. I think it's actually helpful to the communities. Media is meant to be enjoyed and interpreted in whatever way you guys see fit. You don't have to listen to me, bro. I'm just a random dude on the internet. You could have just clicked off, but
True. Honestly, if you made it this far into this guy's video, you clearly care about his opinion. So what are we talking about?
you chose to stay, so that means you must have liked something. So while I have your attention, why don't you hit that like
I mean, honestly, he's spitting facts, bro.
button and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds and it supports the channel a lot. I appreciate y'all boys watching. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Mwah.
Honestly, pretty good video. Fine, I'll hit the like just this once. Bro, oh my god. It's crazy how I say just this once and then I immediately think about you know, the Yuta scene in Sendai Colony when he's being nice to Ryu and he smiles and he's like, just this once, I'll go all out. And then the Aizo theme song starts playing, bro. Bro, anime really is on my mind a lot, bro. The fact I say just this once and I immediately think of Yuta from Sendai just smiling. Dear Lord, bro. Dear Lord. But yeah, I guess yeah, I feel like shipping has gotten weird and a bit out of hand. As a whole, I don't think shipping is horrible. I just think specifically the My Hero Academia community and fan base is just really bad at it, man. But honestly, shonen just isn't meant for romance. Like Luffy and Boa Hancock, horrible ship, like it's just not meant for romance. If you want a shonen with romance, go watch like Horimiya or Chainsaw Man or something. I don't know.